Paolo, accuccio.
I forgot Mambo. I was gonna be like style direction, but it's too many
Mambo.
syllables.
We could do a House of Gucci intro where it's just like Italian.
All right,
Gucci.
Gucci.
My name is Gucci.
I'm a Gucci. What's his name? What's Al Pacino's name?
Because in the notes I just called them all by their actors. I'm looking up.
I
have
worst
a
movie
list.
Podcast.
I mean, I don't give a shit about Gucci.
Yeah. You guys paid $5 for this.
Yeah, you paid for us to know about actors, not characters or real people. But anyway, Al Pacino is Aldo. Aldo Gucci.
Aldo Gucci.
I'm Aldo Gucci.
There we go.
Ooh-ah.
Yeah, radar.
And of course, Jeremy Irons is Rodolfo.
Rodolfo. Hey, have you heard of the story about Rodolfo? Have you guys seen that SNL sketch? Because that's a good one.
SNL.
SNL?
Yeah.
Sex and lies?
That's exactly what I meant. Yeah, this is what happens in House of Gucci. Well, this is a movie episode. I think as a lot of bonus
kind of
episodes
set that
are.
Precedent now for that for the past like 3 months, and
this one is a twofer and maybe a threefer. If we have time.
Speaking of three, we'll tell you what that means.
Speaking of threes, yeah.
Well, guys, welcome to the bonus episode of Sound Direction. Thank you for being a patron throughout this whole year. And obviously
year.
We are, we're doing that thing where we take a break every 4th month, but we hope that you enjoy this bonus episode. And we're sorry that we can't even make a 4th for Kingsman the Kingsman.
The Kingsman.
Which actually I found out recently uses a costume designer from The Crown.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I ended up watching a video on that. So we're going to have to cover it, but you'll see that in the January bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, is it? It's not out yet, right?
No, it's December 22.
It's coming out December 22.
Yeah.
Gotta see
it.
D22.
2021.
Yeah.
But today, yes, we're talking about 2 movies that we've seen, kind of typical sad head movies, because, I mean, not only are they fashion, but they are period pieces, actually.
That's right, and that's our bread and butter.
Yeah, we eat them.
The fashion is bread, and the butter is period pieces.
What's the plate?
Oh, the plate? It's made of gold.
King Midas?
It's King Midas's plate.
So it just turns into the actual gold. Like it doesn't turn into a mound of gold. Like it turns into a gold of whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm assuming, because you could cheat it then if you touch something that's like really small and it turns into a whole like damn gold bar. Well, you just created matter out of nothing. Now you're breaking too many rules.
Isn't that what the whole alchemist thing is? Like that's why the alchemist stone or the philosopher's
They still have
stone.
some rules.
Do magicians have rules? We'll get to that in the third part.
Exactly. We're talking about the Magician Secrets Revealed TV specials.
That's right.
Did you? I watched those like religiously.
I saw them when they were clips on YouTube, I think.
Yeah. I TiVo'd those things.
TiVo'd?
Yeah.
It's on the contract. You should watch Tropic Thunder for that one.
Okay.
So this first one's Gucci, The House of Gucci, directed by Ridley Scott, starring...
all the stars are here.
Yeah. Star is Born?
Yeah, Star is Born.
Yeah. It's got, I was going to say La La Land, but her name is Lady Gaga.
Lady Lala.
As what's her name? I don't remember any of their names.
Yeah, okay, so
Valentina?
Lady Gaga
No, that's
played... Not right. Patricia. Or Patrizia.
Patrizia Gucci.
Yeah.
And her story of like her infiltrating, I guess, the House of Gucci,
the whole
which
house.
At the time in the 70s. Again, I haven't done any research on this. We're just talking.
I don't know. I mean, did you know
author on this one?
Did you know like much about the history of Gucci?
So when it first came out, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is how he dies." But then I realized I was thinking about the assassination of Versace.
Yeah, but the same thing. It's similar. A lot of fashion guys getting offed. Maybe it's not a good industry to be in.
Oh no, it looks like we can't ever design clothing.
We can't ever design it. We're gonna get murdered.
Yeah. But yeah, it's about her and her. I wouldn't say affair. It's more of just a regular old romance with with Adam Driver's character,
who is Maurizio.
Maurizio Gucci.
Yeah.
And involves a lot of the Gucci characters. Kind of shows you how the brand or the the retailer worked in like the 70s, 80s, and very early 90s. I think. Because Tom Ford's in it.
Yeah, Tom Ford is there. Yeah, I think it ends in like I don't know. That's like mid 90s, I think.
Mid-90s.
The last mid 90s. They're in the movie. They're skateboarding around or whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the fashion show or whatever that they do at the end with Tom Ford, where he gets like fucked out of the company. I'm pretty sure that's like 94 or 95.
Now, if we're comparing this, what's it like? If getting fucked out of the company, this versus Social Network.
I wonder. There's the whole argument about how his hoodies are in the dry cleaner. Maybe in this one, a character could be like, "My silk robes are at the dry cleaner right now."
Well, because it's like the same thing, right? Where they're like, where the Iranian businessmen, who are they?
I think they're. I'm pretty sure they're Middle Eastern, and I think they're Iranian.
Okay, we can look this up. We're so bad at this. But there's like that. I don't know if I'm remembering it wrong, but it's like when they give him like the documents, it's like what's it called? Al Pacino. Well, because they all get screwed out of the company, honestly. Yeah. But Al Pacino, when he's looking at it, it kind of cuts to the businessmen kind of looking at each other, and it kind of reminds me of in Social Network when Andrew Garfield, Eduardo Saverin's character, goes in there and like looks at the papers, and it cuts to like the lawyer like kind of like nervous because he realized he's like, this is pretty bad, and then Andrew's like, what is this? And I kind of liked. I mean, I love these kind of scenes where people are like screwed out by like either not just hubris, but like by who they thought was like their friend or something. Yeah. Kind of like how I screwed.
You love stories of betrayal.
Yeah, like I screwed Tim out of Street Express.
That's right. He could have been.
When are they gonna make a movie? When is Ridley Scott or Aaron Sorkin gonna make a movie on my?
He's like the Pete Best of the blog.
Who?
Pete. He was the original drummer for the Beatles.
No, I know. I was just yeah, exactly.
Well, hey, I don't know. You're not a Beetlehead.
I'm not. Yeah, you excuse. Yeah, it's either ignorance or me just really knowing this stuff and just being referential. But yeah, so the movie, just very basic plot. It doesn't really show that she's like a social climber, but she kind of sees.
They just like say that she is.
Yeah, they're kind of.
Well, okay. I guess but no, doesn't she? She meets Adam Driver. Maurizio. We should start to try to Maurizio. There's a U in there. Yeah. Maurizio at a party that she goes to with her boyfriend, right? Who we never see again. But it's like this guy. Was it a boyfriend
or like her friend?
Doesn't she? I don't know. Doesn't she call him honey or something? Or I don't know. Okay, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, she meets him at a party. She's like the son. She's the daughter of a disposal company, trucking company owner.
Yeah, I think they transport like gravel or something like that, like the waste of like construction stuff.
Yeah, she meets Adam Driver at a party. She realizes that he is from the House of Gucci.
Well, he doesn't. No, she thinks that he's a bartender, and she's like, "What are you doing back there?" And he's like, "Oh, like, And she's like, "Oh, I'm Patrizia," and he goes, "Oh, I'm Maurizio." She goes, He's like, "Maurizio Gucci," and she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a Gucci." It's almost like I think the big thing with this movie, first off the bat, is like I can't tell where the tone is of all the characters. Like I feel like the motivations kind of change rapidly throughout it.
It's also like a lot. The performers are on different wavelengths. Yeah, so I feel like Lady Gaga and Jared Leto are kind of like they're on the same wavelength in this movie. Yeah. But Adam Driver was kind of like, I don't know, he was lower key than everybody else.
Well, he's also lower key, but like I couldn't tell. Like so in that scene, it's like you know, he doesn't want to be a Gucci, right? Like, that's his whole thing. But then in that scene, it's almost like he's expecting her to know who he is and to be like surprised. And then,
because it's like, doesn't he think that like, oh, he just assumed, he says like, oh, I would have thought everyone at this party knows me or something like that, or makes some comment.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. Just again later on, where he's obviously at odds with his dad because his dad is still 50% of the House of Gucci, and he's like just wants to be like a regular old lawyer or something.
Yeah.
But of course, you know, whoa, man, look, all these movies.
Movies.
Yeah, well,
we're having fun at the movies.
Yeah, well, we started off with Gucci, but to hear the other two movies that we talk about, you'll have to subscribe to the Patreon, which is the best menswear community in the world.
It sure is.
You know, because you guys know that we take a break every 4 months, so this one is the only piece of content you're going to get for the month of December for 2021.
And what a lot of content it is. It's longer than our most of our mainline episodes, I think.
Yeah, I think our longest bonus episode for a long time.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoy it. It's really great. You can see the pictures of what we talked about in the show notes that go along with this, along with a few stream recaps. We're still streaming. I mean, this is coming out on Christmas, I think. So maybe we'll be around. But yeah, thank you guys for supporting us through this whole year. Even if you don't support us on the Patreon, it's okay. We appreciate your reviews and your comments and your follows and when you follow Button Pocket Harmony and all that kind of stuff. We call those a win. We count those.
We count all of that. We have a scoreboard going.
That's right. But specific shout out to the ones who contribute the most to this, our top tier patrons, our Sadcast fanatics. Thank you to Shane Curry, Philip Gagard, Audrey, Jessica, Austin Malat, James Devanzo, and Jarrett Colian. We appreciate you guys so much. And if you guys are ever interested in joining the Discord and also getting access to these bonus episodes in full, go to patreon.com/style and direction, and $5 a month will get you all of that. And 10 will get us to say your name. Get me to say your name. Because MJ's not here. Because MJ hasn't seen any of these movies. And we unfortunately couldn't record it with him because
he's going to get everything spoiled.
I know. I wonder how he's going to do it. He'll tell us. He'll tell us in the future. The future, more like the multiverse. Well, we can't talk too much about that.
Every universe is coming through.
That's right. Anyway, we'll see you guys next year. Lots of big stuff coming out. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I don't know. I'm a Paolo.
I'm a Paolo.
Yeah, find that mama.